Alright guys, welcome back on the channel. And listen up, the market after half a month of sideways trading just had a terrible beating. And this made me think so hard about my first month of profitable trading that I wanted to make a video about it. And in this video I'm going to give you 5 tips that you need to know before you are moving from break-even to profitable in trading. So 5 tips for a break-even trader. Now listen up. If you are new to the channel, by the way, my name is Camille. I also go by the name of Trading Wizard. And on this channel I share everything about the realistic life of day trading. Instead of all of the nonsense you see online, I want to show you the reality of what profitable trading is. Now, when I'm looking into the first step, I want you to understand this. By the way, if you like this kind of content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like this video to boost the algorithm, okay? Now, listen up. One of the first things that you need to understand to go from break-even towards profitable is that you are not profitable after 1 month of profit in trading, okay? Sorry to tell you. I don't care how good your previous month was, you need to understand this. The market goes in different roads, okay? What I mean with this is we have a uptrending market, we have a sideways market, and we have a downtrending market, okay? Those already are 3 different cycles. Then we have bear markets and we have bull markets, where those 3 things all go into as well. Now, every single time, it has a different road. So how I always like to compare it is with one car you are driving on ice, okay? And you're driving on ice and it's going pretty well, and now after a month, you finally got the feeling of, yeah, I understand how driving on ice works. Exactly what I had in my first month of profitable trading. Market was going in a certain way and I was making mad profits, okay? So I thought, I can relax now, I never have to work again because I'm a profitable trader. Boom, went wrong. Market went down and I didn't know what to do anymore because my usual trades didn't work the same anymore. And this was a realization moment for me. The market was not anymore driving on ice, but we were now driving on grass, okay? So I took a month to learn downwards trading. So I'm trading, driving, and it works. After quite a while, I finally found my edge. Right when I found my edge, boom, different market stage. And now we're on a different road, on sand. This is something I want you to understand. You cannot really call yourself profitable after driving good on one road. Because I'm sorry to tell you, there are multiple roads heading towards you, or at least you are heading towards them, that you need to learn to trade. Yes, this is something completely fine. Why? Because the more experience you will have in this, the easier the driving is going to be, the more confident you will be. I don't look up, or I'm not afraid anymore of any bull market, any bear market, or any sideways market. Why? Because I know how to navigate. I know how to drive on ice. I know how to drive on grass. I know how to drive on sand. I know how to drive on a different road. Okay? Because I went through all of these cycles and I sticked through. This is something you need to understand. Now that brings me to point 2. And point 2 is very simple. You need to have the patience to stick to one strategy in all of these cycles. What I tried to do is I went from my profitable stage to boom, we are going into a different cycle. Now what did my idiot ass do? I thought, okay, my strategy isn't profitable anymore. So what did I do? I said, hey, now it's time to switch strategies. Didn't work. Okay, what do you need to do is you need to look at your current strategy, you need to stick to it, and you need to ask, okay, how does this strategy perform on this market? So how does it perform on this road? Again, you want to be profitable in one strategy in all different roads. But this means as well that you have different character traits of the markets in your strategy. You need to learn how to understand them. So stay loyal to one strategy. If you want to understand what my strategy is, don't worry. Just go to my free school where I literally explain exactly the fundamentals of what I do, so you can do it yourself as well. Okay, now we are going to point 3, and that is, I want you to understand, in this space, the end goal for a lot of people will be managing other people's money. Okay, at the end of the day, you want to feel like some Ray Dalio or some big guy, and you say, hey, I want to become the guy who is going to manage money. Once this is your vision, I want you to understand that people pay for experience. They don't pay for a lucky hit. They don't pay for a one-hit wonder, like you most probably will be if you think that you are a big shot after 1 month of profitability. I want you to understand, no one is going to let their money be managed by someone who just had 1 month of profitability. You need to understand, you want to be in this game in a consistent basis, okay? You want to be in this game with a consistent track record. You want to show, hey, I am not afraid in a bear market. You want to show, hey, if we are in a sideways market, I nail it. Why? Because I know how to play this market. I know how to play this price action. You will never ever be able to do this if you are not adapting to what the price gives you. This is something you need to understand. Again, the market goes in different cycles. Don't hit or don't aim to just be a uptrending trader. No, aim to be an everything trader. You know how everything works. Of course, I have to confess, I am better in shorting than in longing. Okay? Completely honest. I'm better in shorting than in longing. And I like it way more. Why? Because with longing, especially in the crypto space, there are multiple moments when the price goes into undiscovered price territory. Okay? This means that the risk to reward then becomes way more unclear than when I'm shorting. When I'm shorting, there's always a level to short it towards. What hires up the win rate, of course. So for myself, I like shorting more. Does this mean that I'm not longing? No, of course not. Because I can make money all the way from, for example, this way towards here. If I was just focusing on shorting, it would be quite hard, right? So I am very flexible in trading. Do I know my strengths? Of course. But I have to play everything. Again, people will pay you eventually for experience, not by being a one-hit lucky wonder. Okay? Now we're moving on to point 4. And that is a mistake I see a lot of people make. They think, hey, I'm a trader now, so this means that I have to network. Guys, networking could be one of the most dangerous things in the trading space that you are going to do. I made a group a couple of years ago of traders who traded with more than $1 million in capital. Otherwise, you were not allowed to go into the group. I wanted to make a filter of good traders. What happened is we were all sharing our strategies and stuff in there. Yeah. So I was saying, hey, I'm going into this trade now because I see this, I see this, I see this. Because the other trader, he was profitable in what he was doing, he was looking at my trade and felt, hey, this does make sense for me. So he would write a message, hey Camille, I don't like this trade because of this and this and this. Even though the trade made a lot of sense for me, I said, wait, he's profitable as well. Maybe he made a point. Not going in it. What happened? Boom. Went exactly to my TP. Because I was trading my strategy. Okay? He was trading his strategy. Both can work. But the opinions, if it crosses, you are going to create more useless discussions than the right ones. This is something I discovered for myself that it just didn't work. So we closed the group, and after that I focused on, okay, how am I ever going to build a team if no one trades the same strategy? This is when I literally made my YouTube, made my Instagram, and started sharing exactly what I do to get the smartest people from the class, get them around me so we can trade together. At the end of the day, you only have 2 eyes. If we do it together, we have 4. Imagine if we have a full group. When I'm sleeping, they are working, okay? When they are sleeping, I am working, and we can share the same visions. Again, networking can cost you a lot of money in this space if you're not doing it with people who are trading the same strategy. Okay? So network isn't always net worth. The cliché say. Okay? Now when we are moving towards point 5, I want you to understand this. A lot of people, once they go from one phase to another phase, so from one road to another road, they immediately think, okay, I need to learn more. I need to read every book about a potential strategy. I need to watch every single video. I want you to understand one thing. Most of the time, if you're going from one road to another, it isn't the strategy per se that you have to adjust. Most of the time, it's in here. Most of the time, it is the mental game that will absolutely ruin your trading. Especially if you go from one market towards another. Because you are biased towards a certain market. Because you traded that in a profitable way. Your bias will kill you. It's most of the time not the strategy. It's your bias. This is something you need to pay attention of. So always saying to my team is, listen, if we are switching, we are going to see first, why are you biased towards a certain trade? Why do you think it will have a certain outcome? And is the current price action and the current market structure aligned with that bias, yes or no? This is where you will filter out most of the losses. It's the emotions, it's not the knowledge, okay? It's the emotions, not the knowledge. I want you to understand. Trading is 20% knowledge, 80% emotions. People don't like to focus on the emotions because it is too confronting for them. They don't like to look into the mirror and accept reality. I want you to understand, if you want to be profitable in trading, you need to be able to look in the mirror and say to yourself, hey, maybe this indeed wasn't the best way. Let me take a serious look at myself. See how biased I was, see if I FOMO'd in, and that's when you most of the time get the clear answers, okay? Guys, if you like these kind of videos where I show you the reality of day trading, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video. This was the video. Again, if you want to be part of the team, just go to the free school where you can literally first see, hey, do I actually like the strategy? If you do, you can always hop on a call and then we can see if we can work together. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.